Water, the lifeblood of our planet. But how often do we consider its value when tending to our gardens? It's easy to turn on the hose and let the water flow, but have you ever stopped to think about where that water comes from, or how much we really have available to us? Globally, we're facing a water scarcity crisis. An estimated 3 out of 10 people don't have access to safe drinking water, and these numbers are predicted to rise with global warming and population growth. This isn't just a problem over there, it impacts us all. Water is a shared resource, and it's one that's becoming increasingly scarce. Now let's bring it back to our gardens. Traditional gardening methods can be incredibly water-intensive. In fact, about 1/3 of residential water use in the United States goes towards maintaining landscapes and gardens. That's a staggering amount of water, especially considering that much of it is wasted due to inefficient watering methods and practices. But here's the good news. As gardeners, we have the power to make a significant difference. By adopting water-wise practices in our gardens, we can drastically reduce our water usage, helping to conserve this precious resource. Not only does this benefit the environment, but it also makes our gardens more resilient and less dependent on frequent watering. So let's dive into the world of water-wise gardening. As gardeners, we can make a significant impact by adopting water-wise practices. Every garden is unique, with different plants having varying water needs. Imagine your garden as a miniature ecosystem. Just like in the vast expanse of nature, the plants within your garden thrive under different conditions. Some plants are like camels, storing water for those long, dry spells. Others are more like fish, needing a consistent supply of moisture to flourish. Understanding these differences is the first step towards creating a water-efficient garden. Let's take a closer look at the spectrum of plant water needs. On one end, we have succulents and cacti. These hardy plants are built for survival in arid conditions. Their thick, fleshy leaves store water, allowing them to go weeks, even months without a drink. So, if you've got a garden filled with these types of plants, you'll be saving a lot of water. On the other end of the spectrum, we have plants like ferns and water lilies that love to have their roots wet. These plants thrive in high-moisture environments like rain gardens or ponds. If you've got a garden filled with these water-loving plants, you'll need to be more mindful of your water use. Most gardens fall somewhere in between, with a mix of plants that have moderate water needs. These may include your typical vegetable garden, flower beds, or shrubs. These plants don't need to be soaked every day, but they do appreciate a regular drink. So, how do you gauge your garden's water needs? Start by identifying the types of plants you have. Next, consider your local climate. Is it often dry and hot or cool and wet? This will greatly influence how much water your garden needs. Finally, take into account the soil type. Sandy soils drain quickly and need more frequent watering, while clay soils retain water longer. By understanding your garden's water needs, you can create a more water-efficient garden. This is not just about saving water, it's about giving your plants what they need to thrive, not just survive. Remember, a well-watered plant is a happy plant, but too much of a good thing can be harmful. So be water-wise and let your garden show you just how lush and vibrant it can be. There are various techniques to garden more efficiently and conserve water. First up, let's talk about drip irrigation. This method delivers water directly to the roots of your plants, reducing evaporation and runoff. It's like giving your plants a slow, steady drink, quenching their thirst without wasting a drop. You can set up a drip irrigation system with a series of tubes and emitters, which can be adjusted according to your plant's needs. This approach is not only water-wise but also encourages healthier plant growth. Next on our list is mulching. Think of mulch as a protective blanket for your garden. It's spread on top of the soil around your plants, helping to retain moisture, regulate soil temperature, and suppress weed growth. Organic mulches like bark chips, straw, or compost improve soil quality as they decompose, adding a double punch to their water-saving ability. Remember, a well-mulched garden is a water-efficient garden. Last but not least, let's consider rainwater harvesting. This technique is as old as time but still as effective as ever. By collecting and storing rainwater, you can have a free, eco-friendly water source for your garden. You can start with a simple rain barrel at the end of a downspout, or for the truly ambitious, install a larger cistern or underground tank. Using harvested rainwater can significantly reduce your reliance on municipal supplies, saving both water and money. Each of these techniques has its own unique benefits and can be tailored to suit your garden's specific needs. The key is to start small, experiment, and see what works best for you and your plants. It's about creating a balance that nurtures your garden while respecting our planet's precious water resources. These simple techniques can save a significant amount of water in your garden. Start today, and you'll be amazed at the difference you can make. Not only will your garden thank you, but so will the generations that follow. After all, every drop saved is a step towards a more sustainable future. Choosing the right plants and designing your landscape wisely can significantly reduce water usage. When it comes to plant selection, consider drought-tolerant varieties. These resilient plants have adapted to survive in low water conditions, making them perfect for a water-wise garden. Succulents, for instance, store water in their leaves, stems, or roots, enabling them to withstand dry spells. Other examples include lavender, rosemary, and yucca, which are not only drought-tolerant but also bring vibrant colors and delightful fragrances to your garden. But it's not just about individual plants. The way you design your landscape can also contribute to water conservation. For instance, grouping plants with similar water needs together, a technique known as hydrozoning, can significantly reduce water waste. So you might have a section for succulents and other drought-tolerant plants, another for vegetables that need a bit more hydration, and so on. Another effective design strategy is to make use of hardscaping. This involves incorporating non-living elements like rocks, gravel, or paving into your garden. Not only does this add a different aesthetic dimension, but it also reduces the overall area that requires watering. Consider too the benefits of a rain garden. This is a shallow, planted depression designed to capture and soak up rainwater runoff. Rain gardens are not only beautiful, they're practical, allowing you to make the most of nature's own irrigation system. And let's not forget mulching. A good layer of mulch not only suppresses weeds and keeps your soil cool, it also reduces evaporation, helping your soil retain its precious moisture. So, you see, with a little thought and planning, you can create a garden that's not only beautiful, but also water-wise. From choosing drought-tolerant plants to smart landscape design, there are many ways to reduce your garden's water needs. And remember, every drop saved is a step towards a more sustainable future. With smart plant selection and design, you can create a lush garden that uses less water. Maintaining your garden in a water-efficient manner is as important as setting it up. So, let's dive into some maintenance tips that can help you conserve water without compromising the health and beauty of your garden. First off, consider your watering schedule. Watering at the right time can significantly reduce the amount of water lost to evaporation. The best times to water your plants are generally early morning or late evening, when temperatures are cooler. Now let's talk about soil health. Healthy soil can greatly contribute to water conservation. It's all about making sure your soil can retain moisture effectively. Adding organic matter or compost to your soil can improve its water-holding capacity. This means your plants can get more water from less watering. Seasonal care adjustments are also vital. Different seasons may require different watering strategies. For instance, during the rainy season, you might not need to water your plants at all, while during hot summer months, your plants might need a little extra hydration. Always adapt your watering schedule based on the weather and the needs of your plants. And finally, mulching is a great way to conserve water. Mulch slows down the evaporation of water from the soil, keeps the soil cool, and reduces the growth of weeds that compete with your plants for water. Maintaining your garden with these tips can help conserve water while keeping your garden lush and healthy. Water-wise gardening is not just about saving water, it's about creating a sustainable future. It's about making conscious choices, from plant selection to landscape design and maintenance. It's about respecting our resources and nurturing our environment. It's your chance to play a part in water conservation. Embrace water-wise gardening and make a difference not just in your yard but for the planet. Start your water-saving journey today and watch your garden flourish sustainably.